What the hell is going on over there? What would you do? Because what would you have done has become, what are you going to do now? Patriotism, good. Nationalism, bad. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome here for the first time. I'm taking a brand new approach this week. No more Mr. Nice Guy. All right, I know I've always been Mr. Nice Guy, I can't help it, but taking the gloves off and I'm being Dutch direct and honest this week, we're going to get right to the point. That is, I've been watching the news, of course. The whole world has been watching, and everybody's thinking the same thing. What the hell is going on over there? This is now a 5-alarm fire, and so this channel, YouTube channel, is going to become a resistance channel. I'm still going to include lots of Amsterdam stuff, and I'm probably even going to sing along the way, but we're going to concentrate on the resistance for right now. Now, it so happens that during World War II, during the Nazi occupation, here in Amsterdam, we had the strongest and largest resistance movement in the country. And we have our Verzetsmuseum, which means Resistance Museum, to commemorate it and to tell about all the various stories. So let's take a little look. In this museum, you'll find many ways to resist fascism. And we'll talk about fascism and Nazis and all that in just a second. There's lots of peaceful ways to resist, and I can't emphasize that enough. Be safe out there and be careful, but resist. Especially this Saturday, the 18th of October, be there. We're going to talk about that a little bit more at the end of this. I'm going to make it quick. First, I would like to start by really stressing something important. It's often said, you've heard, that history repeats itself. That's not really true. History does rhyme a lot. And to extend that metaphor, the refrains and the beats are sometimes the same, but it never quite repeats. For example, Donald Trump is not Adolf Hitler. For one thing, Hitler was a lot smarter. Hitler wrote a book and knew what words meant. Enough said there. The MAGA movement are not Nazis. True, some of them are Nazis. But the important thing to remember when talking about Nazis is that the N in Nazi stands for nationalist. They were nationalists, and the MAGA movement is very nationalist. And we'll go deeper into that on this channel. Basically, patriotism, good. Nationalism, bad. Love of your country, good. False superiority over all others, bad. Now, the Verzetsmuseum is basically set up in pre-war, during the war, and after the war segments. And it largely has to do with personal stories. Personal stories of everyone, ranging from deported Jews to the leaders of the resistance, who, by the way, were mostly gay. We'll talk about that later, too. And everybody caught in between. But one question, which we're going to concentrate, this quick time we have today, is a question which resonates throughout the whole museum. And that is, what would you have done? And it presents you with various situations and asks you the question, what would you have done? Which is harder to answer a lot than you'd think. Now, the answer to these questions basically comes down to three answers. One, you can collaborate, join the fascist movement. Two, you could resist and hold against fascism and for democracy and freedom. Or three, in between, you could do nothing. You could keep your head down. What would you do? Because what would you have done has become, what are you going to do now? And this is a question you should be deeply asking yourselves. Now, I suspect a lot of my friends and family in the United States are choosing that third option of doing nothing, keeping your head down. They know that what's going on is wrong. In their heart of hearts, they want to resist it, but they're either afraid or just easier. Keep your head down and let your neighbors take the blame. Don't be the generation that lets a government of the people descend into a kingdomship. Now, my next few videos are going to be talking about the resistance and different peaceful ways to resist. You can protest, You can strike. There's civil disobedience of every kind. And we'll be going into that later. See how they did it in the past. It's going to take institutions, universities, companies, judges, artists, all working together and pushing for democracy, for the resistance to work. Most importantly, it takes you, the people. This Saturday, October 18th, no King's Rally. The current administration is pegging it as an anti-American rally, which is just their doublespeak. Of course, it's no King's Rally. That's very clear in the title. And it is likely going to be, looks like, the largest rally ever in the history of the United States. So don't miss it. It's going to be a lot of fun, I hear. Wish I could join you, but I'm not coming back to the America anytime soon. Have fun, and I'll see you next time. Until then, be a good person.